InfoPlus for genuine information.
Namaste and Shalom. Welcome to the show InfoPlus on Himalayan TV with me, your host Rebecca Shetri. Today we have the distinct honor of hosting His Excellency Shloimeh Eri Bas, the 21st Ambassador of Israel to Nepal. With a distinguished career in diplomacy spanning over 30 years, Ambassador Bas brings a wealth of experience in fostering international relations, cultural ties, and development cooperation. Israel and Nepal share a deep-rooted friendship marked by decades of collaboration in agriculture, technology, education, and beyond. In this exclusive conversation, we'll explore Ambassador Bas' vision for strengthening Israel-Nepal relations, ongoing project, and the future of bilateral cooperation.
Shalom.
Your Excellency, Namaste. Shalom.
Welcome to the residence of Israel.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much for coming.
Shloimeh Eri Bas is the ambassador of Israel to Nepal, assuming office in November 2024. With over 30 years of diplomatic experience, he has held key positions, including senior political advisor to the Deputy Prime Minister and Director of the South American Department at Israel's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Excellency, this looks such a beautiful sculpture.
It is very emotional.
Okay.
The sculptor named it Dance.
Okay.
Two people are holding themselves and dancing. We can feel it.
Yes.
Actually, this sculpture is made by a Holocaust survivor.
Okay.
I volunteered and I stayed with him a lot of time to hear his stories, to be with him. He had his family, but there was a request to assist Holocaust survivors with a friendly companion. So he wanted to give me that, and I was very much emotioned by that.
I got so touched when I read about the history of Holocaust. It's so heart-touching.
Yes, yes. It's 1/3 of the Jewish people that was gone. 1/3, 6 million, 1.5 million children. Children who have not done anything at all. It's
so heartbreaking.
Yes, it is, and so many stories of cruelty and also of bravery that other people, non-Jews, saved Jewish people, because the most important is life. Not that I'm Jewish, you're Hindu, or you're Buddhist. The most important is we're human beings, and we have to coexist together.
True. Ambassador Bas holds a master's degree in political science, specializing in diplomacy from Tel Aviv University. has served in various regions including Asia, Latin America and Europe. Fluent in Hebrew, English, and Spanish, he is committed to strengthening Nepal-Israel relations, particularly in agriculture, education, and technology. So that it represents Israel.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you very much. My wife actually reminded me of TV show that I had in El Salvador, where I cooked.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
So I would love
but
to
no,
have
no, no,
both of your
no. If you like her, that's okay. No problem
both
at all.
of your presents. We can do in that pattern because it will be very nice.
Yes.
We'll try to represent Israel in that way.
Thank you
all
so
right.
much. Thank you very much. Now we have the chef Ram, the cook, who is beautiful, but we didn't forget our abilities to cook. But he's really tremendous. He's really can do Israeli food beautifully. If you do it, you will enjoy in the end the food.
I would love to, Your Excellency. I would love to have her presence in our show.
InfoPlus for genuine information.
Namaste, Your Excellency. Welcome to the show InfoPlus on Himalayan TV. And it's been an honor to have you here with us. And I believe this is the first time after you arrived in Nepal to have an interview with Himalayan television.
That's right. Namaste, Shalom. Thank you very much for this opportunity. It is the first time to have this interview in the residence, and it gives me a very home feeling. So you are welcome, and it will be open for any question that you have.
Your Excellency, you bring over 30 years of diplomatic experience here in Nepal. How has a journey in diplomacy shaped your vision as the 21st Israel ambassador to Nepal?
Thank you very much for this question. I think that every person accumulates experience and all kinds of knowledge in his service. I am proud and privileged to serve my country, the State of Israel, in several countries. Actually, it was an eclectic career. Started in Japan, and last post was as an ambassador in El Salvador and Belize in Central America. So it was tremendously exciting and teaching. I had many experiences, and of course it served me to come here and try to bridge and bring the relation between our countries closer.
Since assuming your role here in Nepal, what's your initial impression of the people of Nepal and its diplomatic relationship with Israel?
Right, it's two separate things. First of all, the characteristics of the Nepali people are so positive, very kind, very welcoming, very helping, smiling most of the times, or all the times that I see, helping in many cases in work and not in work. So the feeling, first of all, the basic feeling is very, very good, and it gives more ambition to succeed and do the best. The relation between the two countries are very old and very good, very friendly, and we are working to even expand them even more.
I believe it's been 3 months that you arrived here in Nepal. Have you visited a few places after arriving here?
Yes. We had the opportunity to visit the many places in the Kathmandu Valley and a bit out of it, but also we value very much the invitation of former mayor of Janakpur. He has had very good relation with Israeli ambassadors, and he extended also to me, and I'm thankful, former Mayor Shah. And he invited for a special event, the Viva Panchami.
Okay.
And it was exciting, it was beautiful. So many people, so the dances and speeches and songs and lights in the temple of Sita, and also we saw other places as the temple of Ram and others. We were excited very much in the months of December. During our stay here, we've seen beautiful places. The three darbars, darbar places of Kathmandu, Patan, and Bhaktapur.
Those are beautiful places and very historic.
Yes, very historic, and very high places around Kathmandu, Pulchoki with its 2,700
That's true.
height, and Nagarkot and Chandragiri all give the impression of beautiful valley and beautiful Himalaya. Beautiful country.
So you're loving this country.
Yes, exactly.
Your Excellency, Nepal and Israel have enjoyed diplomatic ties since 1960. As the ambassador of Israel to Nepal, how do you see this relationship evolving during your tenure?
Right. I take example from the bravery of the first democratically elected Prime Minister, B.P. Koirala. He really showed bravery, making this step to have these diplomatic relations after Nepal gained its democracy. And I really take this example for my tenure. I would like to both sides to be brave in activity towards coming together. We would like each side to feel and understand the request, the needs of the other side, and bravely work to mend them.
Having served in various diplomatic roles in various countries, how does your experience influence your approach to strengthen the relationship between Israel and Nepal?
Right. First of all, our imperative is to get to know people, to communicate, to make friends, to strengthen the friendship between the countries. It is also in the personal level, but we do it for the national level. We would like the leaders and outstanding people of Nepal to be friends of Israel. We would like Israel to be friend with Nepal. And I think the new Nepali ambassador to Israel is doing also a very good job. So I've been meeting many dignitaries here, told them our side, our position, Israel position, and also my vision to have more projects, more content in our relation. Friendship is a nice word. We should not leave it as a word, but feel it with activity.
So I believe we can see lots of more activities between two countries in coming years.
Not only coming years, in the coming month or weeks, and already I'm very proud with my team in the embassy and with the cooperation with other ministries here in Nepal. We had yesterday the first flight of 13 new caregivers going to Israel, to institutions. It is according to an MOU signed for 2,000 caregivers.
Okay.
There are in the list 3,200 eligible. Maybe all will be able to go. I went to the airport. They were the 13 people were with the families, saying goodbye, faring goodbye to them, and it was very emotional.
Okay.
But it gave a sense of another historic day of starting a way of 2,000 people going there.
People.
It is a win-win-win situation, because the Nepali workers gain a good opportunity to work in Israel, a country that I love and I think is one of the best, if not the best, to work in. They will receive a very decent salary, but also very good conditions. They will be able to travel in Israel, to see beautiful Israel. Most of them will be near the sea. Nepal doesn't have the sea. It's like a dream. So this is in the individual, and they will certainly help their family here in Nepal.
And Israel is such a beautiful place to live in as well.
It is, right.
And Your Excellency, how safe is it now for the people there at this situation?
You know, it is very strange for me to answer, because we had the terrible attack of Hamas.
True.
That its goal was to kill, to murder. They murdered 1,300 Israeli people. They murdered also other nationals, 10 youth, Nepalis, 39 Thai people, many people. They came to murder. But that was one day. One day. Israel very quickly took control of that. We understand that there was a public opinion maybe to return the students. But mind you, about 1,300 Nepali workers in caregiving stayed in Israel. They did not feel the urge to evacuate, to run away,
True.
because Israel stayed safe.
Safe and always supportive.
Yes.
With the
We
people.
just, I just met a few days ago a lady who has spent 19 years working in Israel. 19 years. She knew a former ambassador of Nepal to Israel. She wrote a book called Ima. She wrote songs and put them into CDs. She enjoyed Israel. To be 19 years in Israel is not just one day, 1 month. It shows your own will to stay. And
She never gave up.
she did not give up. She was certain that it will be right. We have 10 million people. The people did not evacuate. So what I'm trying to tell you is that Israel is one of the safest place in the world. The Israeli army is one of the moral armies in the world, because it tried in the past not to hurt children, women, elderly people, and activity was stopped when they saw these kind of people. But when such murderers of such magnitude are hiding behind a civil population, and we would like to eliminate these dreadful murderers, sometimes it happened that the army does things that are not common, but we still think that Israel is safe, and the army of Israel defends it in the most moral way that can be.
And it's so sad to go back that moment and think about all the pains that Israel went through.
Right. You are absolutely right. I mentioned more than 1,300 people dead, murdered, but many thousands of injured. And there were also 5 Nepalis injured, and Israel took care of everybody. They were taken care of in Israeli hospital with Israeli medicine and health systems. They are now walking, and they are like new. And 4 of them received lately scholarship to continue their studies in Weizmann Institute for Agriculture. So
great.
we take care, and also for the families of the murdered, Israel is paying an allowance every month, because it is like Israelis, whoever was hurt from terrorism, from violence, will get some payment monthly.
That sounds wonderful. Your Excellency, how has been your experience so far here in Nepal? And can you also share a bit about your journey before becoming an ambassador of Israel to Nepal?
It will be difficult to describe 33 years, but I had a lot of good experience in the past, and already very good experience here in Nepal. The event that was really very rewarding to me in the past was when the Parliament of El Salvador united in giving me a document saying I'm a Nobel friend of El Salvador, the whole Parliament. That was a reward for my activity there, also as ambassador of Israel, and I come here with the ambition to gain the love and the respect of the people here because of my activity to bring the two peoples together.
So what inspired you to pursue a career in diplomacy?
Actually, it's a very interesting question. In Israel, we don't have castes, but we have three types of people. We have all Israel as a people. We have in the people of Israel, it was divided into tribes. One tribe was Levi.
Okay.
I'm from the Levi tribe, who was helping in the temple.
Okay.
And the other one is only from the descendants of Aaron, the brother of Moses, who began the line of priests, Kohens. So I'm in the middle. I'm also asked to serve my country, my people. And I started actually with IT, with computers. I'm a programmer, system designer, system analyst, and practical engineer. But
sounds so inspiring.
Yes, but once I heard the expression foreign affairs, that I knew the language, of course, but when I was grown up, I said, this will be my destiny, and I worked and I made efforts to become a diplomat, Israeli diplomat. Since then, I represent and I try to make friendship and all kinds of mutual projects to the benefit of the two peoples.
Sounds so inspiring, Your Excellency. And
Thank you.
must have faced so many challenges during your career as well.
There were, indeed. There were.
The sad and the happiest moment must be there as well.
Exactly, exactly. Our history, the Jewish history, Israel history, is entangled with a lot of cases, happy and sad. But also in places where I served, sometimes it was challenging. For instance, in El Salvador, there was a time that the violence there, internal civil violence, was very high. Now they have a president who helped to settle it down, but at the time I was with my family, with my 3 children, it was challenging to move from place to place and to work in remote places.
Your Excellency, Nepal and Israel shared diplomatic ties over 6 decades. As an Israel ambassador to Nepal, how do you personally view this long-standing relationship?
It is, I think, now embedded in the two peoples. I can tell you about the Israeli people that when you talk to a person who returned from Nepal, and you mention the name Nepal, his eyes glare. His eyes are wide open, because the experience from Nepal is something exceptional. And we have Nepal already in our culture, in songs, in books, in movies. And I can tell you that there will be a new movie, a new film, that will be production of a new film, Israeli film, very soon. Since the month of April, May this year, there will be a story of a mutual relation between Israelis and Nepalis.
Sounds wonderful.
So it is on the agenda of Israel. We welcome very much the workers from Nepal because they are very good. We appreciate them. There are already Nepali restaurants in Israel. So Nepal is very lively in Israel and Israeli hearts. I know that the program called Learn and Earn in Nepal, sending students of agriculture in their studies in universities to Israel to have practical work in fields and learn also theoretical know-how, it reached a magnitude of few thousand, maybe more than 4,000 from all the parts of Nepal. Some people try to tell me you concentrate only in Kathmandu because this is the capital. I say no. I am ambassador to all Nepali people, to all Nepal, not only to the capital. And Kathmandu is the capital, is the most important, but not the only place in Nepal.
True.
So there were students from Sudur Paschim till Koshi, from the south to the north. And when you go between the villages and you say the name Israel, they will know that Israel leads in agriculture technology and would like to learn and implement. And I have a very good example. Last weekend, the company, one company or bank, which helped very much bring Nepali students to Israel, they organized a tour to a farm in Dading, very close to Kathmandu, to a farm of a Nepali farmer who spent 1 year, 11 months in the Learn and Earn program between 2013 and 2014, 11 months. He copied very positively the technology from Israel. He buys the Israeli technology and gets a lot of yield. I visited him, I was fascinated, and I asked him, what is the part, what is the percentage of your investment in Israeli technology as part of the whole income? He said, to my surprise, he said only 20%. So he puts some money and gets 5 times more in yield, in crops, in production. And the cooperation around him learns from him, and I visioned that more will come to see him, to maybe he will let them work for several days to see how it is, and continue implementing this, because there is a thought that Israeli technology is very expensive and maybe risky. I think on the contrary, if you just use the very, very old systems that they were good in the past when the population was very small, now we need a lot of production, a lot of yield. So the old systems to sow your soil, to put seeds and pray for the rain, it's good, but it's not enough. I think using the Israeli technology, at least in agriculture, shows that it brings 5 times your investment. So it is an imperative for Nepal to do it.
True.
Yeah.
And I believe this, as you mentioned, Learn and Earn program is the best program for the students to receive agriculture training in Israel.
We are still waiting for the resumption of this program in Nepal. This program was stopped, as I told you, that the local public opinion was worried about the students. Some of them were murdered. One of them is still in the hands of Hamas, Mr. Bipin Joshi, and this symbol our longing for the return of the hostages. So They returned, but I think Nepal has to decide that it wants to resume this program. Other countries like Thailand, Philippines, really other countries resumed it, and many students from other countries are already in Israel in the academic center. We have 5 academic centers and many agricultural communities where the students work practically and learn not only theoretically. So my message is that we wait for Nepal to resume this program, this good program that made so many successes here in Nepal.
As you mentioned earlier about Bipin Joshi, Your Excellency, can you share a bit about the updates of Bipin Joshi, Nepali citizens that have been reportedly taken hostage by Hamas?
Bipin Joshi was a very brave Nepali. He did a lot to save other Nepalis. He did not succeed fully. He was captured alive. He is now in the hands of Hamas. Israel is doing its utmost to release all the hostages. We still have 73. We started with 255 hostages. Now they remain 73. Among them, a Nepali citizen, Mr. Bipin Joshi. I met with his father and cousin here. I know that his relatives came here to talk with Nepali dignitaries. What we need is pressure on countries like countries that have close relationship with Hamas. It is certainly not Israel, because Israel is an enemy of Hamas and will not allow it to keep on ruling the Gaza Strip. So we don't have any leverage, but we are doing our best consulting with friendly countries to discuss ways how to try to bring him to freedom, back to his place in Nepal. Really, Israel is doing its best to bring all the hostages, including the Nepali citizen Bipin Joshi.
What will be your main priorities in Nepal as the ambassador of Israel to Nepal, Your Excellency?
I think I was not sent here to make revolutions. It is incremental change, and I will try that the increments will be bigger in volume and more visible. So as I told you, we pressed together the government of Nepal and the embassy of Israel so that caregivers from Nepal will go as soon as possible there to Israel. And I think because of all the teams' cooperation in work, we managed to send the first group from 1,000 to Israel. Then we will have other 1,000. It's a lot of people, it's a lot of destinies. A person leaves his country, goes to another place, leaves his family, but because it is Israel, it will be easier to communicate, to send all kinds of things, to be in touch, to have visitors, and to return to Nepal to invest in the Nepali economy. So I don't look at it as numbers, although it's more than 2,000 and maybe 3,200. I see the individual who is very much affected in the positive way from this development. But this is only one aspect. We would like, Israel would like to renew also the aspect of caregiving in home-based cases, domestic caregiving. That means not only in the institutions, but also helping elderly people, people in need. And we had it in the past. As I told you, one lady returned after 19 years. This was stopped after some cases of abuse, not in Israel, but it was universally stopped, and Israel waits that Nepal will resume this chapter again with home-based caregiving. So caregiving is also one aspect in both, but we are open to do to have workers from Nepal under the agreement that reached former ambassador of Nepal to Israel, the Honorable Dr. Anjan Shakya was very effective in reaching agreements, and it is a roof agreement. Under it, we can work also for workers in hospitality, in construction, and in agriculture as examples. So these are many projects that I would like to promote. It is good, as I said, to the individual Nepali worker. It is good for the Nepali economy, and it is good also, I must admit, to the Israeli economy. So it's a multi-win. So this is also one aspect of foreign employers. We would like to do in other aspects as well, not only in workers going to Israel, but to develop cooperation in IT, because Israel is leading also in IT fields, in health, in transportation, in wise city, in many aspects, and we would like to work together. So there are many projects.
As you mentioned about Project Your Excellency, are there any Israeli-funded project which is focused on health, education, and infrastructure development?
Israel excels mainly in technology transfer. So this is our main goal. We have, I must mention, a Chinese proverb that it's better to give to a person a hook than to give him a fish. Because if you give him the fish, you end up giving him every day or every time a fish. But if you give him a hook, you give him a tool, then he can be independent. He can be economic independent. So we adopt this understanding, and we would like to arm people with technological tools, so they will know what to do. They will have the know-how, the Israeli experience, the Israeli technology, and make a living, help the economy, and develop it.
As you also mentioned that Israel is known for its technological advancement. How do you think Nepal can leverage from Israeli expertise in sectors like IT, healthcare, and innovation?
There are many ways, and I will list several. Israel actively is doing its part. We are recruiting people who have some background knowledge in professions, and we give them scholarship for courses in Israel. There are many scholarship given to Nepali people during the years that we have this friendship, and many benefit from that, like the course of, or the aspect of early childhood in Nepal. We take pride that we started it together with Nepal, and the first institute for early childhood was founded after a course in Israel many years ago. We try to recruit people, good people, to learn in Israel. Sometimes I hope the day arrives that Israeli experts will come to teach here, but also I would like Nepali side to be active. In what way? For instance, I met already IT youth people, and they expressed their interest in Israeli IT and all its ecosystem and surrounding, and I encouraged them to form a delegation to go to Israel and see for themselves how it is done, and Israel would like to share it, to teach and have it also in Nepal. So it demands also activity from Nepali side to organize delegations or of youth, of businessmen, to come with specific demands or requests. We are in the embassy, are willing, are able to do work to make their agenda in Israel not a waste, not only to see the beautiful sights, but to have it very practical, to assist in meetings, in visits, to see in your eyes what is happening, and so that the people will return to Nepal and think what is best for Nepal to adopt, to implement. I think this is a good way.
As we can see, lots of Nepali students and youth are going to Israel for their further education and training. What initiations are being taken to strengthen these academic ties?
As I said, I try to meet as many people as possible to convince Nepal government, Nepali people, that it is safe to be in Israel, that it is about time to renew from Nepali side the program of Learn and Earn, that so many call the embassy and ask. We have calls from both sides. We have calls from Nepalis who want to go to this program, and we have calls from Israel. I am not saying something vague or fake. I had yesterday 2 people from Israeli academic centers asking. They saw the journalist reports about leaving, about the 13 people, workers going to Israel, and they said, why only workers? Why not students? The Israelis said. And I also asked Nepal, why stop students who want to learn from Israel to continue the studies alongside with Thai students, Filipino students, and others from other countries.
That's great to know. Your Excellency, you have got 30 years of experience in diplomacy. What has been the most rewarding experience that you felt throughout your journey that you would like to cherish? As
I mentioned, and I would like to elaborate on that, I my former mission as ambassador of Israel to San Salvador, the capital of El Salvador, was very meaningful for me. And since the parliament of El Salvador bestowed on me the document saying that I'm a noble friend of the people of El Salvador, to receive that from a parliament is not just for being in your embassy and drink tea and that's it all. You have to work. And I spared some of the budget of the embassy in 1 year to start a fund, and I reached tenfold fund of the budget that I allocated to build a center for children from lower classes, from lower income, and to help the city of San Salvador. There are rich people and there are poor people. We need to help the poor. So we helped raise or build a center, a day center for children in high risk. And we did also the work of transferring technology in a certain disaster. There was a natural disaster. We supplied a lot of filters to communities who did not have drinking water. The floods that they had, I believe like floods here, the floods that they had ruined their wells of water, so all was contaminated. Okay. So we supplied also filters for many households to have the local water filtered and very safe to drink. The technology has advanced since then. There are many other possibilities, and we would like to share that with Nepal. But the fact that the parliament, the organ which is the ruler of the country, recognized that, gave me a lot of satisfaction as ambassador of Israel, as a representative of Israel. It is not me individually who did it. I did it as part of my service for Israel.
Your Excellency, how does Israel views Nepal's role in regional and global diplomacy?
Nepal is a proud country with very old history and again a proud history of stopping colonialism. It had a very interesting history that implies also on the current policy. Since Nepal is in the middle between two giants, two cultural spheres, it has a lot to do in bridging from north and from south, although it also belongs to the cultural sphere of the south of Nepal, and it belongs also to the non-aligned movement. We are expecting Nepal to be brave as in the past, to show its way, to show its unique way based on very good values.
How do you see the global position of Israel after new administration in the United States?
Yeah, I think it's very symbolic and very true that the new president of the United States invited the Prime Minister of Israel as his first guest to the White House. I think we share a lot of the values, the U.S. and Israel. All the freedoms exist both in the U.S. and Israel. We are working for the free world, for technology revolution, for better life in all the places. And we are against violence, we are against terror that destabilize the world. So I believe we will work in the coming month and years together to have better world than now.
So finally, Your Excellency, would you like to give any message to the people who are watching you right now on InfoPlus program, Himalayan Television?
Okay, Namaste. I am very happy that I'm here in Nepal with my wife. I feel the love and appreciation from the people of Nepal to the people of Israel and what Israel represents. I would like to extend it to feel even closer, to do more for Nepal and Israel together. So I look forward for a good work here in Nepal with many people here.
Your Excellency, thank you so much for your time, and we wish you all the best for your work here in Nepal during your tenure. Namaste and Shalom.
Shalom. Thank you very much.
InfoPlus, for genuine information.
It has been a pleasure discussing Israel-Nepal relation and the shared vision for the future. From diplomatic ties to development partnership, it is inspiring to see how both nations continue to collaborate in meaningful ways. Thank you for your time and insight, and we look forward to witnessing the continued growth of this friendship. To our viewers, thank you for joining us on InfoPlus Himalayan TV. Stay tuned for more exclusive conversation with global leaders around the world, only on InfoPlus Himalayan TV. Until next time, take care and namaste.
InfoPlus, for genuine information.